Hack stab slash. Talk about Australian horror shark movies just slaying and pumping out the content for us to ingest, digest, and then regurgitate for you guys. Because today on Shark Week, I have decided to do Dangerous Animals. Justin,
Yes.
have you ever seen Dangerous Animals?
No, and if you didn't pick it, I was gonna pick it. As soon as it's Shock Week, I remember this came out last year, and it might have been around Shock Week. I'm not even sure, but I remember we were really pumped up for it. But ended up not watching it, so I was very excited. I was gonna pick this if you did not pick it, and I saved watching this for the podcast.
What were your expectations going into this?
So this one I actually do remember there was a decent amount of hype around it for at least like a shock movie and stuff in the horror community, and I did hear about that. So I heard it was pretty good. So I actually had expectations that this was going to be good.
Yeah, my expectations were like there was a lot of hype and a lot of talk about it, and I tried
Yeah.
to ignore it until we watched it. And then it felt like the hype died out real fast, and that's where my skepticism comes in.
Yes, it did die fast.
But let's be honest, dude, serial killers and sharks,
Yeah.
sign me up.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was like, oh my God. Like I heard that. I'm like, oh, there's a serial killer obsessed with a shark. That's all I knew about it. I never watched the trailer or anything. I just knew it was a serial killer that somehow combined with sharks. That's all I knew. I didn't even watch the trailer. So yeah.
All right, Justin, get your floaties on, get your life vest, get your swimming flippers, and let's dive into this movie. Sploosh, splash, splishy splash. We see a couple shows up to a less than desirable boat while on vacation. I think in this movie they call it on holiday.
They're on holiday.
I'm turning around immediately and finding something more commercial. If it's me, I'm glad you have those in your hands because I've seen so many horror movies that start out like this. Immediate red flags start to fly, and we are 5 seconds into
I
this
was
film.
gonna say, that's why I already got this.
Yeah, if you want more red flags, Tucker shows up like a bat out of hell at 1,000 miles an hour, and he introduces himself, and then talks to Greg as Greg introduces himself, and then Greg, being the polite like boyfriend in this situation, goes, "This is Heather," and Tucker immediately goes, "Let her answer for herself, Greg."
Yeah, what?
I'm sorry, you're gonna talk to me like that? Like I'm trying to be polite and do like the spousal thing where I introduce you to my better half, and then she takes over. Like that's just I don't know if that's rude, but I've always thought like that's kind of like how it happens when a couple introduces. Like if you talk to my wife first and she introduces herself, naturally, I think she would be like, "Oh, this is Sean," and then we start talking.
Yeah, right away I was like, this is a little
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
right off the rip, I'm like, "Dude's a dick. I'm out. I'm good."
Yep.
Mm-mm. But they're on their way out to swim with the sharks because that's what Tucker's Adventures is all about. You hop in a cage, we've seen this movie, and you swim with the
Yep.
sharks for a little bit. On their way out, though, Tucker gives them his childhood story about he's the kid who survived Jaws. Well, at least that's what the headlines say in the newspaper. He survived a shark attack. And just as they're getting ready to go shark diving, Heather Bro starts having the panic attack of a lifetime. And to lighten the mood, Tucker grabs them by the hands. He does some breathing exercises. This is reminds me of like something Justin would do, like breathe,
Yep. I do it at
deep
work a lot
breaths,
for everyone. Yep.
meditate,
Hmm.
you know what I mean, focus on something nice. And then he starts to sing Baby Shark. And this actually works because Heather and Greg both get into the cage. We get some pretty sweet shots of sharks, mostly
Just
Makos. What's
real
up?
fast, just to interrupt. It's just one sentence I just had to cover with the red flag thing. They went on the boat. What does Tucker say to them? He says, "Wait, so
Oh,
no one
no one
knows you're
knows you're out
here?"
here. Yep.
I just had to mention that. I was just like, "Oh my God, that happened at the same time." Like they had that weird, uncomfortable talk with each other. He literally
Yep.
says, "Wait, so like no one knows you," and he like almost seems excited. Dude, if anyone ever
And
says
they're
that to
like,
you,
is there a problem with that? And he's like, well, I was just hoping you had your last will and testament in order.
yeah, and he just tries to make a joke and stuff. This dude's fast. This dude is witty. But my God, I would have been out right away. But take it away. So,
So, like I said, dude, they're down there, and this is mostly Makos right now, which is nice because they're not huge, they're not intimidating.
yeah.
It's, you know what I mean? They come out and they are the happiest customers I've ever seen in my life. Heather is like, oh my God, she's on cloud nine. Even Greg, dude, is like dapping this man up. He's pumped. He's thanking him so much. And then out of nowhere, dude, Tucker pulls out, I think it's like a steak knife and
Hmm.
stabs this man several times in the throat before he looks over his shoulder at Heather and just goes, "Welcome aboard." And we get opening credits, and I'm like, "Holy shit, dude! This movie just went 1,000,000 miles an hour."
I didn't even know what to say. Like same thing. I'm like, oh my God, this guy. All right, this is actually kind of cool. And he like, dude, how fast he stat. He's just like,
And
and
then
he's
just
like, the
turned
guy
around, didn't
grabs it
even
and
give
just
him the
like,
time of day.
yeah, yeah. What the hell, man?
And after these opening credits, which were kind of enjoyable, you know what I mean? Nothing spectacular, nothing to write home
No, I
about.
liked
Just
him. Some
yeah,
Billy Idol dancing by myself going on. Freaking love
yeah.
it.
We are now on to Zephyr, who I think is going to be our main girl. Quick side note, that's a dope fucking name.
Best thing ever, dude. That Chili Pepper song, like right away on my Zephyr. I always loved that when that song came out, just because I don't know, Zephyr, best name ever.
But she's at a convenience store, and this chick is pretty nifty, if I do say so myself, because she's hiding her $6 Ben and Jerry's in the bottom of a 99-cent slushy cup. She does get called out by a kid named Moses, who blackmails her into throwing her under the bus to the cashier.
Yep.
And all he wants is jumper cables and a ride back to his car so he can go home and just be over with this day. And she caves in, and on the ride back to his car, he's like, "Are you a window or an aisle person?" Because he's got a theory. And as he's like explaining this, she basically calls him a Mormon and then politely asks him to like shut the fuck up. He's just like, okay. But they do end up making up because when they get back, like he makes fun of his car. Oh, she makes fun of his car and she sees the surfboard. He gives her a nice surfing tip. And like I said, they make up. She ends up having jumper cables. She jumps his car. And then next thing we know, they make up in more way than one, right, Justin?
I
Wink, wink.
do. With a bond
Winky,
over, hey, all it
little
happened
blinky
was
blanky.
some love of CCR, man, some Credence,
Yes.
freaking Clearwater
Clearwater
Revival.
Revival.
Let's go.
And after that magical night, this poor fuck Moses goes inside to cook her a wonderful stack of pancakes, which he looked like he poured everything into, was having a blast. He was even listening to, what was it, Oogie Boogie?
Yeah, Ooby Dooby, I think.
Ooby
Yeah.
Dooby. Yeah, Ooby Dooby. And when he comes outside, you can see the immediate heartbreak in his face because she's dipped the fuck out. I think she's leaving him high and dry, but she's just going surfing. This chick is dedicated to the waves.
Yep.
And we see Deffer gets there. Deffer.
What did you just say?
We see
Oh,
Zephyr gets to the spot
oh, that
that
was funny.
Moses was telling her about, but during their intercourse, he actually tossed her fin key and it wound up going out the window. So now she can't attach the fins to her surfboard. So she makes this very loud and very clear that she is looking for a fin key through someone else's truck. Whose truck is this, you might ask? It's Tucker. And there is not a soul in this parking lot besides him and Zephyr. And just when you think Zephyr's in the clear because he drives away and just kind of like throws her up the like, surfs up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, get it? She's standing there and she's texting back and forth with Moses, and it's very clear that she just wants to surf, but she's got a soft spot for him. Bro, Tucker pops back up with a smiley face plastic bag and kidnaps Zephyr. After Tucker's stare down on the way into his boat with the kidnapped Zephyr in a surfboard bag, you can tell this dude's a psycho because he has a stare down with a dog. Like, who
Dude, yeah,
does
what is
that?
up with this guy?
But like I
My
said, he brings
God.
Zephyr onto his boat for some shark like adventures. And after a while, Zephyr actually wakes up and she's chained to a bed and she's sharing a room with Justin.
With me?
Yeah. Yeah. Don't tell the wife.
Oh shit. Oh wait, was that my cue to take over?
Yeah, it
Oh,
was.
I thought my notes were wrong. I was like, Justin, I thought it was a girl. I was like, whoa. I was like, wait, I'm like, that was a dream. I can't believe that really happened. I was like, oh shit. All right, anyway. Oh, sorry. Got a little sidetracked there. I was like, yeah, man, she comes to, she is handcuffed to the bed, and also she's sharing the room with that girl from the beginning. And holy shit,
Her name is
like
Heather, by the way.
she is down there with
Not
Heather.
just a girl, all right? She is Heather.
Sorry, she's got her name on it. Put some respect on Heather. And all while this is happening, we see Tucker, who absolute psychopath. This dude is up fishing, like singing. Dude, he's got a drink. He is having just an absolute great time. Like this guy is holy shit, absolutely insane. Meanwhile, we see on land, we see Moses, and we see has got he sees the van has got towed and stuff, and he's like, "Wait, something ain't right here." She would never let that happen. He goes to the police station and everything, he's talking to the cops, but this dude doesn't even know her last name.
They
They're
basically
like, "Well,
laugh
how?"
at him and tell him they're like bugger off.
Yeah, they're like, "How long have you known her?" He's like, like less than 24 hours. Like we had like
Maybe
one
10
great
hours,
night.
maybe a day, maybe a night and a day, maybe a day.
Yeah, he's like, "Well,
Can't
what's her
even give
last
him a real
name?"
answer.
He's like, like, dude knows nothing. So like it doesn't go good at all. And then we see Tucker goes in there to the two girls chained up, gives them some water, sandwiches, and
Not just any sandwiches, Justin. He is a true psychopath because he gives them Vegemite.
Vegemite sandwiches.
All I
Like,
kept
holy
thinking about was
crap.
that song with the Vegemite sandwich.
Oh my God. And we do see Zephyr's a badass because man, she's already like picking a lock and everything, and but it doesn't go good at all because like he does give them the water and he ends up drugging them. And this gets real twisted real fast because they come to, and what is happening? Well, he is out on his boat. It is at night. He's got the thing all lit up like great stage production, and the Heather is rigged up so she's floating above the water, all chained up and stuff, so she can't friggin' move. And Zephyr is chained to a friggin' chair. So she has to force and watch this. And what is Tucker doing? He's a friggin' director. He is filming all this. He throws chum in the water, so he's getting sharks going, and dude, he is loving it. The look on this dude's face, absolutely excited. And
And action.
yeah, in action, and he is filming. So you even get like the POV from like the recorder. He
You
even
love that,
shows,
don't you?
he
I
even
mean,
shows like
technically, it is POV from the killer because we're
from the
seeing
killer's point
exactly
of
what
view.
he sees.
Exactly. And like he's filming Heather, and he basically tells Zephyr like, "Hey, you're up next. You're up like tomorrow night, but we're gonna enjoy this show right now." And he basically puts her right up like in the water to like her neck, and this is just absolutely psychotic because the sharks come and do their thing and
I'm pretty
absolutely
sure this
terrible.
dude just nutted in his pants.
Yeah, the look
And
on
if
his face when she gets like destroyed by the shock is absolutely psychopath. And then the next thing we have is
can
that,
I do this one? I love
yeah.
this scene so much.
All right. Sorry, Sean's gonna take
All
it over
right,
again.
dude. So like, if he did nut in his pants after they kill Heather, we see Tucker is in his like mess hall galley, and he starts doing this dance to Stevie Wright's "Evie, Let Your Hair Hang Low" or "Let Your Hair Down." This might be just in my favorite shark like scene in a shark movie ever created. This is like Tucker is high on a kill right now, and he's just living and loving the moment. This dude is pounding wine out of the bottle. He's got his pinky in the air while he's drinking like it's sophisticated. The crazy part is every killer has their trophies, and he
Hmm.
is celebrating with a lock of her hair. And he's just not like putting them to the side or anything like that. He's turning them into fishing lures. And then he's sealing them inside of VHS holders with the tape of their deaths. And they're each labeled with their name. And just when he goes to put Heather's movie away, I paused and I counted. There is 41 total movies in this cabinet, with Zephyr being potential victim 42. So this man has done some fucking work, my guy.
Also, can I just say
Oh,
that like this is ridiculous because I know it's not even funny because of VHS tapes. Oh, I'm freezing a little. When I saw the wall of the VHS tapes in my head, I'm like, this gotta. I had this in notes. I wrote, there looks like there's at least 30 of them. In parentheses, Sean is going to count them. Bro, I
I
wrote
did.
that down.
I did. I was like, there's no way I can't count these.
I freaking wrote that down. My God, that is amazing.
But
Oh
after this
God.
scene, do we see our hopeless romantic Moses? He's still out riding the waves at the spot he told Zephyr about in hopes of seeing her again. But Zephyr is fighting her own battles back at this boat. I mean, she has to eat another Vegemite sandwich and another shark story for comparison from Tucker. But bro, Zephyr is such a badass because she unloads on him, calling him less than a worm. She tells this man he's the toxic trash that floats in the ocean and he's pathetic because mommy didn't love him enough or whatever. I almost felt bad for Tucker because honestly, I thought he was gonna cry because her words looked like they cut him fucking deep.
Dude, for real.
Like he looked like he was either gonna snap or he was gonna start crying.
Oh
And
yeah.
but once he leaves this break, dude, she's plotting something now with the plastic like handle from the bucket they used to go to the bathroom, and it looks like she might use it as a weapon because she snaps it in half. My only gripe with this scene is it's U shaped and it's upwards, and when she snaps it, she pulls it upwards. So I think it would just bend together because it's already in that direction. But the shape of the snap would suggest that she snapped it downwards. And that was the only thing that caught my eye and it pissed me off a little bit.
You're like, what is up with this?
Yeah. But we also see Tucker is now upstairs and he's sipping a nice Merlot with a freshly roasted fish that I'm assuming he caught with Heather's trophy hook while enjoying the cinematic experience he created the night before of Heather before he mixes up like another sleepy time cocktail for Zephyr's big screen debut tonight. This man
Insane.
has a pattern and we're starting to see it. But just before he can inject her with this cocktail, she stabs this man in the side of, I think, either the neck or the collarbone, and grabs his keys and tries to make a break for it. She does get out of there in time and he's chasing her, but he got some of the drugs into her at some point, and before
Yep.
she can make it to the radio, the drugs start to kick in and she's really just too weak to put up a fight. So she does the next best thing, Justin. She tosses this man's camera overboard and she decides to dive into the water and make a swim for the party boat in the distance. But it doesn't work. She passes out in this water and he uses one of those like long ass fish hooks that help pull the shit up onto the boat to kind of scoop her up and get her back.
Oh,
And I want you to tell me why Moses can't let this go and how he starts his own investigation to inject himself into this nightmare that Zephyr is currently living.
yeah, dude, Moses is a badass now, man. Because you see Moses on the beach, and you see the cops are searching shit. He finds what, like it was a surfboard that was, um, like
Floating around.
yeah,
It looked
floating
like it was
around.
broken.
Broken surfboard and stuff. So, and then what does he do? Like this dude, there's like a wave watch like cam like on the beach. So he literally goes on to like wicked smart, by the way. This dude's doing detective work. He goes on to like the wavewatch.com and he's like watching the time like where she would be and everything, and he sees her van drive by. And then what's the next thing he sees is he sees the Tucker Experience truck. He literally pauses it and sees the truck and he sees the name of it. Dude dude checks in and everything. He's looking for the address and everything, and he's calling. No one's answering. So he's like, you know what? I am going to go to the address. At the same time, all this has happened. We see Tucker. He actually docks. You can see also Tucker is
This
becoming
dude
more
is
unhinged.
becoming unhinged.
Like, dude,
Jinx, double jinx, owe me a Coke.
yeah, right. He needs an equipment run right now because, like, when she threw her camera out, his camera out, he is losing it. So Moses now, man, he heads there because this dude's not waiting, and he also sees like, no, he's like, no one is there. He's walking around the boat right now, and guess what? He hears something, which is obviously her screaming and like banging on
It's
things. So
actually,
he,
I don't know if you noticed this, but it wasn't Zephyr. I think he left the movie playing.
oh, is that oh, okay? Yeah, so he's one of his freaking insane shark snuff films. So he ends up breaking in, and he's going through there, whatever, and he goes there and he sees her. He finds her tied up. Like, let's go. But guess what? We also see that Tucker is back, and he, like I said, I'm sorry, is becoming way more unhinged. He is instantly attacked. Badass battle. He ends up calling, as he calls 911 too. He's calling 911 and he is getting attacked. And he's actually, I mean, they're going back and forth. Like he's getting chucked as Tucker is a big freaking dude. But at the same time, he ends up choking Tucker. He is choking Tucker out. I am so happy. Like this is happening. And then, boom, he gets hit by the friggin' drunk dude that like is always just drunk. He like helps Tucker like works. Clearly, the guy's got nothing going on in his life, and he like works for
No,
Tucker, like
I think
helping
he lives
book.
on the houseboat next door.
Yeah, and he like helps him book things, and he saves Tucker. And you're thinking, oh shit, this guy must be in it with everything with Tucker. He must know what's going on. But no, because then all of a sudden, the drunk guy hears like Zephyr yelling, and he's like staggering over, and he like sees the girl tied up, and then Tucker kills that dude who just saved him. He literally like stabs him in the head, and then he starts barking at the dog. Like the dog's looking at him, and this guy hates dogs. He starts looking at the dog. He starts barking at the dog, like holy
The dog runs
psychopath.
away.
Yeah, he scares the dog by barking at him. Like, what is even happening? And at this point, like you could tell, like he's gonna start panicking because he almost has no fuel. He's like out of
That was
fuel.
like a big telltale. Is he sees he's on bone dry and he's like, fuck it. We're gonna go
Yeah,
somewhere where I usually don't go, and I'm gonna do this.
exactly. So you can tell right now the plan is just it's getting very unhinged. It's not going good at all.
He
And so
actually, I
he
think
panics.
his nose is bleeding and it hits the map, and he sees where it hits, and then he like makes a plot course line to like some cove, and he's like, "That's where I'm gonna do it."
Yeah, it's like smears the blood. Absolutely insane. So you know what? He heads out now, and they end up stopping the boat. And at the same time, you see now Moses is now bunk buddies with Zephyr. He is handcuffed there. Next, you know, it's Moses' turn, man. He
Dude,
is all,
he the way he describes Moses and what he's about to do when they go downstairs and he opens that door.
yeah,
I forget what Zephyr says to him or something, but he's like, "Oh, look, it looks like I added a matinee, which is an afternoon movie showing."
afternoon show.
And I'm like, "Oh my god, dude. Even just the
Dude,
dialogue in this movie is fantastic up to this point. Like his
dude is
quick wit,
psychotic. Like he's so,
insane."
dude, Tucker is absolutely insane. So I absolutely hate him. I'm terrified of him. So guess what? Moses is now, it's his turn. He is strung up and he is getting lowered down. They got the camera ready, everything. And all of a sudden, like it's not working at first, and you can tell he's getting like pissed. Dude, he brings him back up and starts and he like stabs him like a million
Bro,
times on the freaking side. Like,
stabs him like 4 or 5 times. He goes, "That should ring the dinner bell."
yes, because
What?
he's getting pissed because nothing's happening. And he lowers him down again. And at this point, I'm like, he's actually gonna die right here. Like, this is the end. But guess what? We see a helicopter is out looking. And you see him like dude, Tucker is so pissed. He's got to act real fast. So he pulls up Moses, hides him back into the friggin' room because holy shit, like this is getting absolutely insane. And then we see Tucker. He goes back in there and into the room, and he basically tells Zephyr again, like how they're so much alike again, how they're both sharks and everything. All this, he's so much trying to say, like, relate to her, how much they're like that.
All over
And
another Vegemite sandwich.
yeah,
Just FYI.
right. And we actually quickly realize how much insane badass Zephyr is, if we didn't already, because she's escaping these handcuffs by breaking her freaking thumb.
No, that
At
doesn't
first, that's
work.
all I thought.
That doesn't
No,
work.
I was gonna say at first I think it's just because she broke her thumb, but he goes back in there and there is blood everywhere, wrapped up in where she was, blood everywhere. I'm like, what even did just happen? She cut her hand off, like
She bit it off, dude.
yeah, like her
I'm like,
hand,
holy shit,
yeah,
this
yeah,
girl is a fucking fighter.
absolutely insane. She runs, escapes. She even shoots him with a flare. They have a knife fight, a frying pan fight. Like this is just
Dude, when she's climbing up that ladder trying to get to the second floor and he
yeah,
pulls her down, that head slam off the kitchen table hurt me watching it.
dude. That's what I mean. Like when they fight all through. This is like WWE. I mean, they get it just absolutely destroyed. And then what does she do again? She freaking jumps off and goes swimming. Uh, and you see there's like an island in the distance that's all lit up. I forget the name of the island. Um, he's in an emergency boat now. He is in a damn emergency boat flying after her. She gets to the island that's all lit up, and you can hear people partying in the background. I'm like, oh my God, someone's gonna come find him. He gets out. He chokes her out on the island, so she can't even scream for help or anything. She's on that. They're back to the boat, back to the ship. I don't even know what to say right now. Like my heart is going back and forth. I'm just like, they're gonna escape. They're not gonna escape. This game of cat and mouse is the most insane shit I've ever seen. And to the point now where we see Zephyr is on in the shock trap and everything right now, and Moses is now in the chair. And
Yeah,
once
he's
again,
forcing him to watch and he
yeah,
drops that like really awkward story about uh like he's been all about like sharks and coral snakes and stuff up to this point, but now he decides in typical fashion, which is I think part of his routine, to go on a rant about marlins this time. He wants them, he asked them, he's like, why is a sport fisherman's favorite sport, the marlin. And he's like, it's not because of the catch, their beauty, the meat, nothing like that, their size. He's like, it's because of the fight they put up. He basically tells him, like, listen, I'm the sport fisherman in this scenario, and you guys are the marlins. And as he's setting this all up, he's telling his story. He's got Zephyr up in the air. He's throwing the chum in the water. Throughout this movie, he has periodically said, like, I've got a feeling that this one's going to be one for the ages. Like, this is going to be the greatest film I've ever made. And he gets fucking pumped, dude, because a
He's
mammoth of
excited.
what I think a great white has finally showed up. And Tucker right now, dude, he is hard as a rock. No way he's not. Like, this man looks like
No,
he's
he's
been eating
pumped.
Blue Chew for a week. And he dunks Zephyr into the water, who somehow manages to finagle a spear away from both Tucker and the shark, because Tucker was using the spear to
Mhm.
poke and prod at the shark to kind of piss it off, because it's really not taking Zephyr as its meal. It's just
Yep.
kind of swimming around her looking for something else to eat. Zephyr manages somehow to kind of pull herself up and get herself free from this hoist. And in doing so, she goes underwater and she kind of swims and tries to hide almost underneath the boat. And in doing so, she comes face to face with the shark, who surprisingly has no interest in eating her at all. It's almost like this shark knows better and knows the difference between humans and actual food. Because, like, we've heard many of times, sharks eat you when they think you're the actual prey that they hunt on a regular basis. They really
Yeah.
don't like the taste of us.
Yeah, they
What do you
made like
say?
eye contact. They ate like a
Yeah,
personal connection down there.
I thought she was gonna reach out and pet it across that gigantic scar on its side.
Right?
Like, I'm sorry, buddy. Like, I know you've had some tough battles, but Zephyr uses this as an opportunity to sneak back onto the boat. She sneaks up and shoots Tucker with the spear gun right through the fucking chest. This man takes it in the chest, falls into the water, and starts to panic swim back to the boat before he ends up becoming part of one of his own movies. He is like dead center in the spotlight. The camera's got him perfectly
How cool is
framed,
that? How cool is that?
and this giant ass mamma jamma of a shark comes up out of nowhere and gobbles him right up. And I'm not talking like it pulls him underwater. We get a full blown, like, this shark went down into the water and angled up to scoop this thing up and almost free willied out of that water while it was eating him. And it was a phenomenal shot. But this shit ain't over yet, Justin, because Zephyr gets wrapped up in the spear line as the shark is dragging off Tucker into the ocean. This rips Zephyr right into the water, and Moses can do nothing but sit there and be helpless and bleed out. And I actually thought Moses died in the set of scenes while he was strapped to the chair.
I thought they
But
honestly just both died. I'm not even joking,
yeah, I was
100%. I
like,
thought
this
they
is
died.
this is one hell of a way to fucking end this movie.
Dude, my
Like,
heart got
leave
ripped
us
out.
heartbroken and just shattered. But we see the shark lets go of Tucker at some point, because a quarter of it, yes, a quarter of his corpse, not the whole thing, not even a couple arms and some legs, just like the torso and a head, floats to the ocean surface, and out comes Zephyr, who makes her way back to the boat and starts trying to wake Moses up. She borderline confesses her love for him. And in doing so, he opens his eyes and he's like, I fucking knew it. And I'm like, right now, dude, I'm cheesing. I'm happy that this is the way it's turning out, because Zephyr. I keep murdering this pro girl's name. I just love the name.
Deffer, Zepper, Leper.
Zephyr grabs a flare, climbs to the top of the boat, and signals for help. Just as Moses, like I said, he wakes up, and we get Ooby Dooby into end credits. Tell me something about this movie, Justin. Tell
Oh
me
man.
something, anything. Let me
All
know.
right,
Let
I
me
will
know
tell
what's on your
you.
mind.
I will tell you because I've been pretty like tough ranking on
I've
these
been
shark movies,
stressed out
but
this whole fucking movie.
this movie, dude, I honestly thought she was a goner. I literally was like, they're not gonna crush my heart like this. But I wrote, wow. So yeah, this movie kept me guessing. I love the whole serial killer plus shark movie mix. It's a lot of fun. And the acting was very solid. Dude, Tucker, oh my God, you absolutely lunatic. That dude, whoever played him, I think his name was like, I don't know if this is Jay Courtney. I say that,
It's
but what?
Ja Courtney.
Ja?
Yep, Ja.
Okay.
like Ja White, the martial
Yes.
artist. The
Yeah,
dude.
like absolutely amazing performance. Like, holy shit, you're an absolute psychopath. I hated you so much. Even the chemistry between Zephyr and Moses seemed like super real. It did not seem forced at all. And I'm going to talk about Zephyr for a second before I give my rating. So, in standalone films of Final Girls, one of my most badass Final Girls ever is like sacred to me is Erin from Your Next.
I literally was just gonna say Aaron. We all know this.
This reminded me like how badass Zephyr is. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I think she can be put in the same territory from Erin from Your Next. That's how amazing Zephyr is of Final Girls. Absolutely just catapulted herself into like some of my like all-time favorite girls ever. For like a shock horror movie, I give this an 8.2,
Oh,
which I
shut the
feel like
fuck
is
up.
like amazing for stuff like that. So what do you got?
All right, I'm gonna read my shit verbatim, but I kind of did exactly what you did.
Oh
It's
man.
just a little more into detail because when I get hyped up, I kind of go a little overboard.
Yep.
I go, the first time I watched this, I must have been burnt out from movies or just truly not paying attention because I watched it right around the time it was originally released and thought to myself, this wasn't that good. Upon further review and consideration, I was very wrong. The film work is amazing for an IFC low budget shark movie. Zephyr and Moses are great and on like great together on screen,
Dude,
and
amazing.
Tucker is truly unhinged. The look he gets is dark and disturbing. The way Ja Courtney crafted this killer was amazing. The soundtrack to pair with this movie is stellar. Making the sharks a supporting villain to pair with a serial killer is something I would have never thought of in a million years, but it works so great. It's like lamb and tuna fish. I mean, spaghetti and meatballs, whichever one you prefer. My first watch when this
Lamb and
came
tuna
out, I
fish.
was unimpressed. And like I said, I think I might have been burnt out from movies at that time. This time around, sitting in a dark, quiet room while taking notes and studying this movie made me realize how much of a shark masterpiece this actually is. I'm giving this an 8.1. It's no
Oh shit,
Jaws
we're
or
right there.
Deep Blue Sea, but holy shit, some of the individual scenes in this movie steal the show. I mean, the galley dance of Tucker in his underwear, amazing. Hesse Harrison as Zephyr tearing apart Tucker with those words that could literally kill him in the brig and bring him to tears was unreal. Or even Moses and Zephyr being cuffed up into their beds and this man's verbal love letter from across the room while he's bleeding out on a mattress is almost enough to make you fall in love with this guy. I highly recommend it.
Amen. Yeah, love it. Absolutely love it.
This was
Love this
so good.
movie.
And
Love
I
it.
was, after I picked it, I thought you were going to hate it because, like I said, I don't know why. I think I might have been burnt out. I just was
Yeah,
unimpressed with this movie. I might
it
not have
happens.
been paying too great of attention to it and just kind of like just kept looking up at the wrong times. But
Look,
taking notes and watching this, so
we
good.
watch a lot of shock horror movies, so it can happen. But so I got The Ocean Leaves No Trace. Dun, dun,
No,
dun.
no, it does not. Nuh-uh, no, no way. Nuh-uh, no,
Yep.
uh-uh. But this is a 6.4 on IMDb, criminally underrated, but an 87% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is right in line with where me and Justin are.
So good. So Ja Courtney actually got drunk during that dance scene
I
and
love
just
this
kind
so
of,
much.
yeah, just kind of improvised and just realized he had to just go for it. And he was like, just
Dude,
absolutely
he called
unhinged.
the
Just,
director of photography and was like, hey, me, you, let's do this right now. I'm trash.
yeah, yeah.
Did it in
And just,
one take, too.
yeah. And he said he just had to like feel it and just pretend there's no one there and get drunk and just go for it.
That's so amazing. Director Sean Bryan instructed Ja Courtney to actually spend time at aquariums getting very intimate with sharks and their habitats, which he did in preparation for this movie because our man Tucker is clearly a shark obsessed expert who knows all these random ass things to do with sharks, the
Yeah.
stories he comes up with, the situations, the comparisons. This man is in love. I think at one point in the movie he calls them gods. He's like,
Hmm.
most people think gods live in the stars, and he's like, nah, they live down there.
Oh yeah.
Truly
Crazy.
unhinged.
Say I got another one about the director. I don't know if it's Sean Byrne or I gotta get better pronouncing
I
everything.
think it's
Uh,
Brian. Oh, Burn. Sorry.
yeah, it was spelled B-I-R. I mean B-Y-R. N-E, so I'm not 100% sure. But dude also directed The Devil's Candy and The Loved Ones. And I'm not gonna lie, so I haven't seen either one of those, but so many times I've seen the cover of The Loved Ones and I've almost watched it. Same thing with The Devil's Candy. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to give one of those a shot. So yeah.
Uh, Tucker's first name in this movie, which I didn't know because I don't think I ever heard it. His first name is actually Bruce, and that's a nod to the shark in Jaws from 1975. When I read this and I said, like, it was like Tucker's first name is Bruce, it's a nod to the shark's name. I didn't even see Jaws. I saw Finding Nemo.
Yeah,
When the shark's name is Bruce.
yeah, and I 100% didn't even know his name was Bruce in this movie. I thought it was just Tucker, so like that's odd. So this is a budget of 2 million, but it grossed over 9.3 million, so that's pretty decent.
It also helped contribute almost 10 million to the local economy with having all the shit going on there, which is pretty cool.
100%. And once again, I think we talked about an Australian movie. This was filmed on the Gold Coast, in Queensland, Australia, and that's the last one I got.
I got nothing else, hack stab slash. Why don't you sit tight or loose or go for a swim or whatever the hell you choose to do? But make sure you tune in tomorrow as we dive into some more shark horror.
We're
I
back.
think
We'll
this
be
one
back. We're
starts
back.
off in the sky, hits the bottom of the ocean, and then they
Oh,
try to find their way to the surface. So
oof.
let's see if
All
they can
right.
find their way up
We'll
because it's
see.
going down. I'm yelling timber. All right, later.
Oh my, dear God. Peace.